Impact.
Rimfire competition, and specifically NRL 22, has caught the world by storm, and it's not hard to see why. Tons of fun, a great community, and a low barrier to entry. In this video, we're going to talk about what you need in terms of skills, equipment, and what to expect when you go to one of these competitions. Hey guys, Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. I'm here with Seth Gardner from DM Targets. Thank you, Seth, for joining me yet again.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you.
We had a lot of fun at the Rock Chuck Olympics together. Seth made all of the Rock Chuck targets for that event. That was a monumental feat and something totally fun. This video is going to be about something a little bit different, right?
Yes.
22 competitions, right? There's NRL 22, there's 22 PRS. Totally fun stuff. Anytime I get out a rimfire, I pretty much have a smile on my face.
Impact. Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you're shooting 22s, it's fun. It's fun hands down, regardless. So
Yeah,
no
it's
matter
fun
what
for
you're doing.
anyone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you've had quite a lot of experience not only participating in things like NRL 22 matches, but also hosting matches, and you make target systems, which we're going to talk about in this video.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I've shot NRL 22. I shot NRL 22 back when it first started. Took a little bit of a pause. Shot a lot of PRS 22, and now I'm shooting NRL 22 again. It's a good, fun sport that everyone can do.
Yeah.
It's very approachable.
Here's what I'm thinking for this video. We got a couple B14Rs from Bergar here. We got some great Athlon optics. You brought NRL 22 match director target kits. Why don't we guide our audience, all of you, through kind of everything you need to get a hold of, and the skills that you need to learn to get into something like NRL 22.
Yeah.
Because it seems like everyone should be involved in this.
Yes, it's so approachable. It's affordable. It's just a good time. Bring your kids. Everyone can play the game, and there's different tiers for everyone. I can't say it enough. It is such a good, fun sport for the whole family.
Yeah. Okay, well next, let's talk about our rifles. So in these boxes, we've got two identical Bergara B14R rifles. These work great. You've seen here on the channel, we have a B14R with the carbon barrel. These two have the steel barrels. There's your bolt.
Thanks, sir.
A little mini unboxing here, printed materials. These magazines are cool. These are actually AICS magazines that have been made to work with 22 long rifle. You see they have, essentially the mini magazine is right there in the front. And that means that this stock, actually, you could drop a Remington 700 in there, like another Bergara or whatever you have, right? Or you could take this barreled action and move it over to another AICS magazine fed Remington 700 inlet stock. So like the versatility factor is basically off the charts.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a great little rifle for shooting precision rifle, just because you got adjustable buttstock, just length of pull. It's going to fit a lot of people, and it's mag fed. It's a great little starter setup.
It's a good solid stock. You could definitely enhance it easily, like a full length Arca rail slapped onto the bottom of the fore end, for instance. And it just works. It works really well, and we've had exceptional results with accuracy with the original B14R. It'll be interesting to see how these do.
Yeah, they're well regarded as far as an accurate gun.
Yep.
So I feel very confident we're going to have good luck with these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, why don't we set this down and let's talk about optics. So I reached out to my man at Athlon, Dustin, and we had a discussion about what are you looking for in a rimfire scope? And we're actually going to do a dedicated video on that, Seth and I. So you're going to want to check that out as well. What Dustin thought would be a good idea would be for us to kind of throw three different scopes on the table and talk about kind of an entry level, a mid-range, and a more high-end, kind of scope in the collection of Athlon optics. So like over here, we've got kind of the starter, kind of in the $550 to $600 price range. This is the Helos BTR Gen 2, 6-24 by 56. And then what do we have over here?
We got the Ares ETR UHD, 4.5 to 30 by 56. And the Cronus BTR Gen 2, 4.5 by 29 by 56.
So the Aries is going to be somewhere in the $850 to $900 in that kind of range, and the Cronus is going to be. I saw it on Amazon for about $1,250.
Yeah, you can find some deals.
Could be $1,600. You know,
yeah, it's just going to be depending on what kind of deal you're able to find at that given time. But yes.
Yep. And then we've got some rings, some more budget-oriented rings, and then we've got precision rings. So I think kind of what we should do next is we've got 30 MOA rails. Let's get those on, and then we'll look at kind of what scopes we want to use. And I think in this video, we're going to try and show you all 3 scopes, but we're going to start with 2 and kind of go through everything, and then maybe put the third together. So let's find the right combination of rings, rails, and optics, and get them installed.
All right, let's do it.
If I'm not mistaken, we use these in the Rock Shark Olympics. All right, scopes are on.
Yep.
2 different techniques for mounting scopes. I did the old parallel shim method to level the body to the rail, which is leveling it to the rifle, and then I confirmed with the crosshairs on the wall. Mine has a parallax close focus of 10 yards, and that didn't quite work for you. So.
No, the parallax closest gets 25 yards, so I
Okay.
could not reference on the wall over there. So I just leveled it based upon a level and 2 levels, and we'll get it out some range and check and make sure everything's happy.
Right on. So one of the big things we got to think about is our drop chart, right? Our dope card. And it's a little different for rimfire than it is for centerfire, in my experience.
I mean, it's different, but the same stuff applies. You know,
Sure.
just shorter ranges.
Here's the difference for me. If I know I've got a good zero and I've got a good velocity, for centerfire, I could pretty much hit the target at 1,300 yards. Whereas with rimfire, if I'm going out to, say, like 400 yards, the predicted dope and the actual dope tends to be quite different. Hence, drop scale factor and looking at, drop measurements, all that kind of stuff.
This is true. I mean, 22s are individuals. Every gun's going to be a little different. Just because this calculator may output this, you got to verify it and make sure it actually works in your gun with your velocity and your bullet. But you can still use a calculator and just true it up to what you need.
So you're going to go out to an NRL 22 match. You got a new rifle, new scope, new ammo, right? You're starting from scratch. Tell me what your strategy is.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you got a good zero, right? Zero at 50 yards generally is the rule of thumb, but people zero at other ranges as well.
Sure.
Make sure you get good velocities via a good chronograph, and input that data into either into your ballistic solver or keep track of it and verify it that it's going to be good. So you want data probably out to 200 yards. A lot of the NRL matches are built inside 100, but they will go to 200, and sometimes they'll have side stages that may go out to 3 or even 350 yards. So having dope for those further ranges would be very beneficial.
And are you usually going to get the course of fire ahead of time
to
be able to study it? For
the NRL 22, you will get the official. You can look up the official course of fire and actually practice it if you want.
Cool.
Which is really cool.
Okay.
If there's any additional stages the match director decides to throw at you, you're probably not going to get them. And some of the other disciplines like PRS and whatnot, you show up and find out that morning.
Yeah.
So
if it's going to be 100 yards and in, I could see zeroing at 50 and then running dope out to like maybe 50, 75, and 100 and compare that to what your ballistic solver has spit out.
Yeah.
Maybe true it up a little bit, and then you're probably going to be doing pretty decent at that point.
Yes, I mean, I think some people get wrapped around the axle on how precise they actually have to be. When you're talking at those ranges, if you're within a couple tenths of a mil, you're probably still going to hit the target.
Nice.
So, dial it in, get as close as you can get, but concentrate on shooting and having a good time.
Sounds good, and we'll go through that just shortly. Before that, let's talk about the other gear, right? We've got optic, we've got rifle. How about like bags and mats and anything else that you're going to need? Laser rangefinder, wind meter, any of those sorts of things.
So as far as stuff that I'd say is match critical, is going to be a bipod. As long as you don't put it on backwards like I did.
You're just leveling your scope. Come on.
Yes, and then is a bipod is critical. Is a good shooting bag, you know, like an Armageddon gear, one of the MDT bags. There's a bunch of companies making really good bags.
Yep.
Those come in really handy.
Rear bag, but also multi-purpose. Right?
Yes, it's a multi-purpose bag. If it's your first time, somebody will let you borrow one, more than likely. That's a piece of gear that's often borrowed. But yeah, a bipod, a bag, some way to have your dope via an app on your phone, a Kestrel, a dedicated ballistic solver, and then some way of accessing your dope and keeping track of it, like a wrist coach, where you put it on your arm, you're able to write down what you want, or something that attaches to the side of your gun, however much you margin it. But that's really all that's necessary. You don't need a mat. It can be nice, but it's not necessary.
Gotcha. Okay, now let's move on to ammo, because this is where one of the biggest differences presents itself from centerfire is you can't reload. I mean, you can, right, with cutting edge bullets or whatever, but you're typically not going to reload. And what I've found is a rifle will settle in and like, as it were, a particular lot of ammo, a particular SKU of ammo, and it might not shoot good in the other gun that you have, right? Which might be a much more expensive rifle.
Yes, and that comes down to 22s are their own birds. Every rifle is a unique and individual, and is gun A may like this particular lot of ammunition, whereas gun B won't. That's just part of playing the 22 game. Generally, a quality ammunition is going to treat you better. It's going to be more consistent. Going to work well.
Yeah.
And once you find an ammo that your gun likes, generally other lots of that same it'll like to a greater or lesser degree, but it'll usually be pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So
that's consistent with what I've found, like the SK match and the Center X, Lapua super long range, right? All those SKUs of ammo have shot consistently well, but there are subtle variations on how it's going to go with a particular rifle for sure.
Oh, absolutely. My gun loves SK long range, and it just shoots it amazing. So
nice. Not
everyone else's gun does.
Yep. Okay, well, I say next we get these rifles outside, get them sighted in. What do you think?
Sounds great. Let's do it.
At somewhere around 392. Now, without your flyer, you were at 530. And then we got, I wonder what happened there. 1.278.
I do not know. However, when we were initial testing, thing was really tight.
One of your confirmation groups, yeah.
So to keep in mind, these are the first 20 rounds on the barrels.
Right.
You can't really expect a rimfire to settle in until it's had a couple hundred through.
Yeah. But that one flyer is really the only kind of issue on this whole thing.
And one thing we forgot to do
leave this here, I think.
was to put levels on our
yeah.
scopes. So
right.
is some of that could be I was canning the rifle.
True.
So.
Yep. All right. Let's shoot some stages.
Yeah. Okay. So what we've got here is we've got one of the stages from the November NRL 22 course fire.
It's all gravy.
It's all gravy.
Okay.
And so the prop is a ladder, and you have two targets. One target at 84 yards, which is a 2.5 inch, and one target at 100 yards, which is a 3 inch. And how we have to do this, the start position is standing, rifle and high ready, all gear in hand, mag in, action open, right?
Okay.
So standing behind the prop. On the start signal, you'll engage the target in the following manner. Position 1, which is the 4th rung, you're going to go near twice, far once.
Okay.
Then you're going to position 2, which is the bottom rung, and you're
Okay.
going to engage far once, near twice. Then you're going to go to position 3, which is the 5th rung, which is good for you, bad for me. You're going to go near twice, far once.
So it's alternating which one gets 2 and which one is first?
Yep, and
Okay.
then your last position is the 2nd rung, and it's far once, near twice.
Okay.
Clear as mud.
Clear as mud. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, and alternating.
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4.
Okay.
Right, and you're alternating between near twice, near twice, then far, and then
Okay.
far once, near twice. Every time you're hitting the near one
Near
twice,
2. Yep.
but you're starting on a different target. So your first position, you shoot the near one first.
Okay.
Your second position, you shoot the far one first.
Okay.
And so how you wrap your head around
And
this
it's
is
always far once.
always far once and always near twice.
Yep. Okay.
And you're just going to alternate between near
Gotcha.
far on the start.
Gotcha.
Do you
Okay.
want to go first? You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
All right, this will be good. All right, Gavin, here's my plan for this stage. It may
Yep.
not work out, but this is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna dial for the near target, and I'm gonna hold 6/10 for my second target.
Okay.
Double checking my dope that that's actually
Yep.
what my correction was. And then try to transition smoothly through everything and not forget some,
Yep.
not get stuff out of order. And so what I'm gonna need you to do is you're gonna start me. And how
Okay.
you're gonna start is you're gonna give me the commands. Shooter, you understand the course of fire?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Once I give you the
Time
affirmative,
starts now.
time starts
Yep.
now, right?
Okay.
So we got it?
So, shooter, do you understand the course of fire?
I do. Let me get my
Nice.
my safety out and can I get ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Put your mag in, bolt back.
Again, bolt
'Kay.
back. Oh, I need to dial my dope.
Shooter's not quite ready, almost ready.
Almost ready, and then I'm going to set my parallax
Okay.
kind of between the two
Yep.
and cut my magnification down just a little bit.
Yep.
All right, near target twice, far target once.
Is the shooter ready?
Shooter's ready.
Your time starts now. Impact.
Now far once, near twice.
Impact. Impact. Impact.
How am I printing better groups on the steel from a wobbly position than I was on paper? All right. Now this is a little tall for me, but we're gonna try to make it work.
We believe in you.
I wouldn't.
Impact. Impact.
Mag change. And I shot one of the targets, the wrong target on that last go round. Okay.
10 seconds. Impact.
And I had a malfunction. Clear.
How'd you feel about that?
I felt okay.
What's a realistic score on this? I mean, is this one you're going to try and clean, or is this one that,
Well, you're gonna try to clean every stage.
of course you are, but realistically, when do you feel disappointed? When you feel like, that's pretty good?
I didn't feel disappointed on that one. This is a tough stage. This is not the most stable prop. A lot of movement, a lot of mental stuff, and an unfamiliar rifle. So those things add together will stack up against you. I feel all right about that. I mean, if this was a well attended match, I wouldn't feel great about that stage. But yeah, it's not bad.
Also, you're getting used to a new rifle with a new scope. And
New scope, new trigger, new balance.
Yeah.
Everything's different. So I definitely could tell you if I shot that with my rifle, I probably would have been much more successful.
Right. So you were liking 1.2 dial, is that right?
Yeah.
And then you're holding 6/10 on the reticle.
Yep, for my second shot. And that worked pretty good until it didn't. But
Right.
And cut
You were
your
at about
magnification
15?
down. Yeah, is 10 to 15 is I highly recommend.
Yeah.
The only time I really recommend going super high magnification is, especially if you're new, is when you're laying prone and shooting really small targets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gavin, do you understand the course of fire?
I do.
Are you ready?
I am.
I should have told you to load and make ready right now, but
Oh yeah, true.
we're learning.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
All right, Gavin, your time starts now. I will get on glass.
That's not as easy as it looks.
No.
That was twice on that one.
Correct.
6/10.
Mm-hmm. Impact.
Okay.
All right, so keep bolt open and transition to your next one. That was something I should have covered
This
earlier.
is now
Yep, that
bottom?
one. Yep, bottom. All transitions are done with the bolt
now we got
open.
far first, which is 1.
Correct.
Oh man.
A little yoga for you.
Okay. Where are we? A little bit. There we go.
Impact. Impact. Now he's getting it. No love. You have 4 seconds remaining. And that is time.
That time?
That is time.
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it through.
Yo, absolutely. You came here to shoot, right?
Yep.
Now you don't have to worry about the time. Make good shots.
Yeah, exactly. Whoops, that was a loaded round, possibly. Well,
Looks to me like you might be shooting a little high on that. Hold a little lower.
huh.
I'm not right behind you on glass, so hard to tell.
I'm not having as much trouble with the far target. And then we were down here.
Yep, that is correct.
Mag change.
Ammunition is your friend. Impact.
It looked low.
Okay, then hold a little higher. What do you got dialed? 1, 2? There you
Yeah, I
go.
held top of target and I hit it that time.
Oh,
That was my
okay.
problem, and I am at 1.2.
Oh, okay.
So
you should have been 1.4, probably.
I'm thinking that over the course of the day, you're gonna get used to what your dope is doing at these distances and hone in a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to refine everything. You're going to get
Yeah.
a more of a feel, and then you get more of a feel with the gun and how the rifle's running.
Yep.
And right now we're still getting these barrels broken in.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we could really get detailed with our dope and everything right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's kind of pointless just until we get the barrels leaded and lubed
Sure.
up.
Yep.
And after 100 rounds, then they'd probably be pretty settled and good to go.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna shoot one of the stages from the October course of fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Come Halloween. It's crunch time. We're gonna shoot option 1, which is a 2-inch on a hanger at 65 yards and a 92 and a 2.5-inch at 92 yards.
Okay, gotcha.
The restrictions: no dialing of elevation is allowed after the clock starts.
Mm-hmm.
Adjusting windage and parallax is allowed.
Okay.
This would normally be a time stage, so any time you have remaining actually turns into points.
Okay.
Then that's how they do
Tiebreakers,
Yep.
yeah, time.
And so the description is: on the start signal, build a prone position and begin engaging the targets near to far with 1 round each, and then repeat target engagement sequence again until 4 shots have been fired. So you're going to go near, far, near, far.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to transition to your support/weak side and repeat the process for 4 more shots. Then you're going to transition to your strong side and repeat the process with your 4 remaining rounds.
Okay, so 12.
Yes.
Okay.
Notes, support side, weak side means opposite eye, shoulder, and hand. Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be working on this one, and have fun with it.
Shooter, do you understand the course of fire?
I think I do.
Okay, load and make ready. Is the shooter ready?
Shooter's ready.
Okay, your time starts now. Impact. 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 Nice grouping. Impact. Weak side. Impact.
No love.
Impact. Strong side.
Pretty sure I was canted there on that far one while I was struggling to hit it.
Impact. 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 Nicely done. With 29 seconds to go.
All right, Gavin. You can go ahead and load and make ready.
Okay.
Do you understand the course of fire?
I do.
Are you ready?
I am.
Your time starts now. Impact. 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 Impact.
Where are we, right?
Yes. Impact. 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 That would be what? Skimpact. Caught just the edge of it. Impact. 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 27 seconds remaining and a clean run. Good work, Gavin. Go ahead and do it.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for doing a lot of the hard work and paving the road for that. Yeah. Copy what you're doing, you know? Well, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
The first stage was a little rough for me, I will admit.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about time. I mean, I was just completely running out of time. I had trouble seeing the targets, and of course the positional on that was a little bit rough. But
that was not an easy stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the game, is you learn to run it and run as fast as you can while hitting the targets. You did a good job of hitting the targets. So it's better to get the shots off the hit than to get all the shots off in time.
What I love about NRL 22 is the fact that you can practice the stuff. You can, if you want to go to the extent, you know, look at the course of fire, simulate it, build it. You know, some guys use the close fire stuff indoors and all that. I know for center fire and, you know, a bunch of different ways to practice and just get comfortable. You know, like the second stage we did, strong side, weak side, you know. Just practice that all day.
Yes, and that is the beauty of the NRL 22 specifically, is the fact that you can actually practice the published course of fire. It takes a lot of the trepidation away to come out and play. You know what you're getting into, and it just makes it very approachable. And at the end of the day, that's what the shooting sports need to be, is approachable. Get people come out, have fun, get better at shooting, and get to know the community.
Yeah, for sure. Rifles did well, scopes did well.
Yep.
A lot of fun. These are obviously still being broken in, but you know, we saw groups down in the threes at 50 yards and whatnot.
Your groups, yeah.
Yeah, well, you got back at me when it came to positional. So, and you know, I was delightfully surprised with these Athlon Midas binos, with the reticle. It's got a mill reticle built right in.
Yeah, as I threw them up on the tripod just to see what was going on, I looked through them like, oh wow, there's something in there. And the fact that you can actually rotate the reticle to plane out was great, and I was able to give you the corrections to get you walked into zero within what, 2 shots?
Yeah.
So
really good stuff. Very, very quick sighting. I like that. Let's get to shooting,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Let's talk next steps. So this was a great kind of like introductory, experience. It was helpful to have you here to look at, what these courses of fire look like and to try a couple out. But we're into winter now. I'm thinking maybe for spring it'd be kind of fun to take these out to a match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you guys. I mean, I've been harping on you about this a little bit.
I know.
And yeah, I'd love to have you guys come down to one of the matches and just get your feet wet and come out and play the game, and learn, experience it, and make fun of me, and I'll make fun of you, and we'll have a good time. So,
well, what I like about these rifles is that we can throw them in a chassis. We could throw on any Remington 700 trigger that we've got. We've got some great Bix and Andy triggers, that are going to get the pull weight down and mimic more closely what I have set up on my centerfire rifles. We're talking about chassis with weight system, getting the balance just right. You've got yours in a chassis, your high-end rifle, and you've got it balancing perfect where you're going to put the bag right on a barricade or whatever.
Yeah, balance is important.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. You can come out and just run the way it is and have fun. And you can modify the gun to the point where it's going to do everything you want it to do. And that's part of the fun, is figuring out what you want and how you want it, and running it to the limits of what it can do.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really cool to get stuff set up so that you feel like it's muscle memory, right? You're just able to, it's like getting in your car and driving. You're not even thinking about it. You're just looking at the targets. You're not distracted by anything. This feels wrong. This doesn't balance right. Whatever that kind of stuff is.
And that really will come with reps. Is getting your equipment dialed to where it's fit to you, and it's comfortable to you, and then repetition of the positions and what you're doing, and frees up mental space for all the other stuff. And I love it. It's great.
Yeah, really good stuff. Okay, so if people want to know more about the NRL 22 target sets that you sell on DM Targets, where should they go?
It'd be d-mtargets.com, and under the rimfire tab you should find it right there. Just a whole page full of rimfire stuff and NRL 22 compliance set.
Cool. And we'll have a link in the description of the video, and there's also a link to the article that'll have more information about all of the gear, the rifles, the optics, everything. And so the target sets will be there as well. Thank you, Seth, so much.
Thank you, Gavin,
for coming down.
Yeah.
And we got a couple other videos. We've got a video about your targets for NRL 22. We've got a video about selecting a scope for rimfire, which should be real helpful if you're just kind of coming into this and want to know what to evaluate. A little bit different, some specific considerations compared to centerfire. Right?
Oh, yes.
So that'll be an in-depth overview video. And then there's what comes after all this. So I'm looking forward to all of it.
Oh, I am too. I am stoked to get this done and to see you guys out at the matches. So it's going to be a good time.
So here's what we'd like to know from you. If you're shooting NRL 22, are you rocking one of these B14Rs? If so, how do you have it set up? Drop that comment and let's have the discussion down in the comments section. Are you shooting another type of rifle? Do you have general experiences about NRL 22 that you want to share? Let's definitely have that discussion in the comments section. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. Thanks again for watching.